How did you like your set tonight?
I liked it because I had a chance, because it was the storytelling, the Rudolph one, rather than the straight comedy, and I'm glad Jan puts me up sometime doing that. And it gave me more time. I was able to do little nuances and other little bits that I hadn't had a chance to before, so I was really glad with it.
So I'm going to get the show started, and your first comic that's coming to the stage has been on this stage many times before. She was just featured at the storytelling showcase that you may see on your Shaw TV if any of you can afford cable. And that is I think it's on a loop now. You can catch her every 4 hours or something. I think it's her, the fireplace, and her. So welcome to the stage, your first comic for the evening. Welcome, Marylee Stephenson.
Yes, even though I am a comic, I also do storytelling, so I want you to just for a moment picture that there is one of those authentic gas heater screens behind me, okay, and you're sitting around toasting marshmallows over something or other, and you're here for an evening of storytelling, okay, because what I want to do is tell you the true story of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. You know Rudolph. He had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would say it really glows. But think about that, friends. His rosy nose, did he have rosacea? Did he have a skin condition? Had he been hitting the apple cider a bit too hard? No matter how you look at it, he had a disability. And then also, what color was Rudolph, friends? He was brown. So in this particularly multicultural world, he was a visible minority. And he had to live with that. And all of the other reindeer, they used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. But again, we look at that more closely. They used to laugh and call him names. Well, what is that really? It's bullying. It's bullying. It's reindeer pasture yard bullying. He had to go through that, right? And they never let him join in any reindeer games. Well, you have to think of what games really are, okay? Games are structured play. Structured play, as you know from your constant reading of Montessori and all those early childhood courses you took or maybe didn't even grew up in. You know that it's structured play. It's where you learn to give and take. It's where you learn to share. It's where you learn fairness. It's where you learn to be a part of a group. But he was denied that. He was not allowed to play them. But then, one frosty Christmas Eve, Santa came to sing. Santa, surely the most famous, well-known figure, like around the world, no matter what your religion, no matter what your place, Santa came to him and said, Rudolph, with your nose so bright. Rub it in, why doesn't he, eh? Won't you guide my sleigh tonight? And think for a moment how Rudolph must now be feeling. Think of the ambivalence he must be feeling, the conflict inside. Because on the one hoof, he of course wants to do this. He wants to help this person, this famous person, achieve his goals for the evening. But on the other hoof, he knows that he's not being asked for himself as the whole reindeer. No. He's being asked because he's useful, because he's a tool. But he decides to do it, and then all the other reindeer, they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, rubbing it in. You'll go down in history. How's he supposed to take that? I ask you. But he does it. He does do it. He starts leading the reindeer and chubby Santa. But that's not the end of the story. No, that's not the end of the story. Because supposing on Christmas Eve, if there's ever a Christmas Eve without rain here and you can see the sky, you see up there, far away, this light, red light, on and off, flicking, 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 flicking. You think, it's Rudolph, he's up there. And then suddenly he stops, and he gets crashing to the ground. And others looking will think, oh, well, it's a meteor, it's a shooting star, isn't that nice? It's so interesting, Christmas Eve. But you know what it is. He's had a panic attack. He suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder. And he's just going down. And you don't know, of course, and we don't know. Does he vaporize in the Earth's atmosphere? Does he somehow survive? Does he make it? But you'll know, no matter what, even though the others may think there's something normal, there's something fine. You know that there's behind this, and behind this plunging light, a tragedy of monumental proportions. And you know this because now you know the true story of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Thank you so much.